Have you ever chosen a restaurant because the weather outside made you want something warm and full of flavor? This week, with the cold weather in Dammam city, we decided to try something with a little more heat, so we chose Indian food. Today I'm visiting Anarkali Restaurant, a place that has been serving food in Dammam city for more than 13 years. From the outside, the restaurant looks simple, but the entrance immediately gives you a strong Indian feeling, with red colors, golden details, and traditional decorations around the door. There are parking spaces in front of the restaurant, and the location is easy to notice from the main road. What made us excited is that this place is known for authentic flavors, warm service, and food that feels cooked with care. So in this episode, I will take you through the full experience, starting from the location, the interior, the menu, and of course the food itself. Let's see if Anarkali Restaurant really delivers that warm Indian dining experience. Hi guys, this is Ethan. Today I will take you with me to Anarkali, one of the well-known restaurants in Dammam city. I will be ordering several dishes from their menu, and I will be sharing my honest review. No filters, no fluff. From starters to desserts, we'll be diving into the full experience. So join me today for lunch and let's discover if this place is really worth the hype. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's give it a try, guys. As soon as I walked inside Anarkali Restaurant, I noticed that the place feels simple, warm, and private. The design has a strong red color mixed with dark wood, golden details, and Indian-style decorations on the walls. The seating area is comfortable, with tables arranged in a clean and organized way. Some tables are open, while other areas are made as private rooms with curtains, which is perfect for families or anyone who want more privacy. The restaurant also has 2 floors, giving customers more seating options, especially during busy times. Another nice thing is the open kitchen window, where you can see the staff preparing the food. This adds a real feeling to the experience. Overall, the interior is not too fancy, but it has warmth, privacy, and a traditional feeling that matches the food very well. When I checked the menu at Anarkali Restaurant, I saw many different choices, especially for people who enjoy Indian and Chinese food. The menu starts with soups, then moves into hot appetizers, cold appetizers, chicken dishes, seafood dishes, vegetable dishes, Chinese dishes, and drinks. For starters, they have items like samosas, spring rolls, grilled chicken wings, grilled chicken drumsticks, and the Anarkali Tandoori starter. For the main dishes, there are many options like chicken masala, chicken tawa, fish Hyderabadi, biryani, fried rice, and different seafood dishes. For dietary limitations, the menu also has vegetarian choices such as vegetable samosa, vegetable spring roll, salads, vegetable dishes, vegetable biryani, and vegetable fried rice. But because many Indian dishes can include dairy, nuts, strong spices, or rich sauces, it's better to ask the staff before ordering. One thing I noticed is that the menu shows the prices, but I did not see calories listed for the dishes. The menu also has a kids' meal section, which makes the restaurant more suitable for families with children. Overall, the menu has many good choices, with options for families, seafood lovers, meat lovers, and people who want vegetarian dishes. This is the complimentary papadum basket. Before the food arrived, they served us this crispy Indian starter. The basket came with large thin pieces of papadum, and you can see the light bubbles all over the surface, which gives it that crispy texture. In the middle, there were 2 small sauces. One was a green coriander and yogurt sauce, and the other was mango chutney. The papadum was light, crunchy, and very easy to enjoy while waiting for the food. The green sauce gave it a fresh and creamy taste, while the mango chutney added a sweet and slightly spicy touch. This basket was simple, but it really hit the spot and gave us a good first idea of the flavors coming next. Overall, this was a delicious start to the meal, with crispy texture, fresh sauce, and a nice sweet touch from the mango chutney. This is Anarkali seafood soup. For our first starter, we chose this soup because we wanted something hot, spicy, and full of flavor. It came in a white bowl with a dark brown broth, and from the first look, you can see that it's rich but still smooth. The soup was not too thick and not too thin, which made it very easy to enjoy. Inside, there were pieces of shrimp and fish, mixed with small herbs and spices that gave the soup a warm smell. When I mixed it, the texture looked smooth, and the seafood pieces started to show clearly in the spoon. The flavor was spicy, but in a very good way. It had that warm Indian taste without feeling too heavy. The shrimp and fish pieces were very soft, and they almost melted in the mouth with every bite. This soup was a strong start to the meal, especially with the cold weather outside. Overall, this was a warm, spicy, and delicious seafood soup with soft seafood pieces and a rich flavor that made us excited for the dishes coming next. This is the vegetable and cheese samosa. For appetizers, we ordered this plate, and it arrived with the green yogurt sauce in the middle. The samosas were served in a nice circle around the sauce, with a golden fried color that made them look crispy from the outside. The dough itself was also very flavorful. It was not just a simple crispy shell. It had its own taste, with a light spice that worked very well with the filling. The dough itself was also very flavorful. It was not just a simple crispy shell. It had its own taste, with a light spice that worked very well with the filling. The vegetables were soft and tasty, and the cheese added a creamy touch without making the samosa feel heavy. It was not too spicy, so it was easy to enjoy, especially with the green yogurt sauce. The sauce gave it a fresh and creamy flavor, and it balanced the fried texture very nicely. Overall, this was a delicious appetizer with crispy dough, melted cheese, soft vegetables, and a fresh sauce that made every bite even better. This is Anarkali chalo chicken. For our next appetizer, we wanted to try something small, crispy, and easy to share, so we ordered this dish. It came on a white plate with small golden chicken pieces, served over shredded cabbage. The chicken pieces were bite-sized, which made the dish very easy to eat as a starter. From the outside, the pieces had a light crispy layer with a warm golden color. The menu describes this dish as chicken cubes, made with lemon juice, corn flour, chilies, and sesame, so you already expect a mix of sour and spicy flavors. The texture was nice, because the outside had a light crisp, while the chicken inside stayed soft. The flavor had a gentle spice, with a small sour taste from the lemon. On the side, we tried it with the red chili paste and the other condiments, and each one gave the chicken a stronger flavor. It was simple, light, and worked well before the heavier dishes. Overall, this was a tasty appetizer with soft chicken, light crispiness, and warm flavors that made it easy to keep eating. This is the grilled chicken drumsticks. For our next appetizer, we received this hot skillet with grilled chicken drumsticks, served over shredded cabbage. From the first look, the chicken had a beautiful grilled color with some dark charred spots on the outside. The ends were wrapped with silver foil, which was a nice touch because it made them easier to hold without getting anything on our fingers. The smell was smoky, warm, and full of spices. The chicken was very tender. It did not feel dry at all, and the meat came off the bone easily with every bite. The outside had that smoky flavor, while the inside stayed soft and juicy. We also tried the drumsticks with the 3 condiments on the table: soy sauce, red chili paste, and green chili and vinegar. Each one changed the flavor in a different way. The soy sauce gave it a salty taste. The red chili paste gave it more heat, and the green chili added a sharp spicy kick. Overall, this was a delicious grilled appetizer with smoky flavor, tender chicken, and condiments that made every bite more exciting. This is the Anarkali Tandoori starter. For our next appetizer, we ordered this sizzling hot iron skillet, and from the moment it arrived, it looked full of color and flavor. The plate was filled with tandoori chicken pieces, grilled onions, and bell peppers, all covered in that strong red-orange tandoori seasoning. You can also see the fresh herbs on top, which added a nice fresh touch to the dish. The smell was amazing. It had that smoky grilled aroma mixed with Indian spices, and it made us want to try it right away. First, I tried the chicken by itself. The chicken was extremely tender, full of flavor, and it almost melted in the mouth. It was spicy, but the flavor was so good that we could not stop eating it. Then I tried it with the plain naan, and it became even better because the bread helped carry all of those spices. After that, I tried it with the garlic naan, and that was a totally different story. The garlic flavor, the soft bread, and the spicy tandoori chicken worked perfectly together. Overall, this was one of the strongest appetizers, with tender chicken, smoky flavor, and spices that made every bite exciting. This is the shrimp biryani. For our rice dish, we ordered the shrimp biryani, and from the moment it arrived, it was one of the most colorful dishes on the table. The rice looked beautiful, with orange, yellow, and white colors, all mixed together from the spices. The aroma was very strong. Before even taking the first bite, you could smell the spices around the table. The rice was fragrant, warm, and full of flavor, and each spoon had a different taste because of the spices, herbs, and sweet caramelized onions mixed inside. The shrimp pieces were cooked very well. They were tender, soft, and had taken a nice orange color from the seasoning. With this dish, we also ordered the cucumber and yogurt salad. The salad had a strong garlic and mint flavor, and it helped to cool down the spices in the biryani. It also gave the rice a creamy touch, which made the dish easier and more enjoyable to eat. We also received 2 small bowls of spicy yogurt sauce with cucumber. This sauce was different from the salad because it had more heat, and it added another level of flavor to the biryani. Overall, this was a rich, colorful, and aromatic shrimp biryani with tender shrimp, powerful spices, sweet onions, and cooling sauces that made every bite better. This is the chicken tawa. This dish came with the same bold Indian colors, but it had its own character, with a thicker sauce and a richer aroma from the fire-cooked spices. It was served hot on an iron skillet, with chicken pieces mixed with bell pepper, tomatoes, onion, garlic, ginger, and a thick creamy sauce. The color was rich and bright red, and the fresh herbs on top gave the dish a nice final touch. As soon as it reached the table, the aroma was very strong. You could smell the spices, the garlic, and the sauce before even taking the first bite. The chicken pieces were soft and covered with that thick sauce. The flavor was rich, warm, and full of Indian spices. It was not only spicy, it had a deep taste from the tomatoes, garlic, onion, and bell pepper. The garlic naan worked very well with this dish because it picked up the creamy sauce and added even more flavor to each bite. The sauce was thick enough to stay on the bread, which made the dish feel even more satisfying. Every bite had a mix of tender chicken, warm spices, garlic, and creamy texture. Overall, this was a rich and aromatic chicken dish with tender chicken, thick sauce, and bold flavors that made it one of the strongest main dishes on the table. This is the fish Hyderabadi. This dish was something new for us, and from the first look, It had a completely different character from the other dishes on the table. It came in a silver serving bowl, placed over the warmer, so it stayed hot while we were eating. The sauce had a warm brown color, and it looked thick, creamy, and full of spices. The name of the dish points to Hyderabad in India, and the dish really had that deep Indian flavor. The sauce was rich and smooth, with a buttery texture that covered every piece of fish. It was not too watery, and it was not dry at all. The fish pieces were cooked inside the sauce, so they absorbed all that flavor. When I took a piece, it was soft, tender, and easy to eat. The flavor was creamy, warm, and very comforting. It had spices, but the spice level was not too strong. What made it special was the balance between the creamy sauce, the soft fish, and the deep flavor of the spices. With the naan bread, the sauce became even better, because the bread picked up that thick, creamy gravy perfectly. Every bite had soft fish, warm spices, and a rich, buttery sauce. Overall, the fish Hyderabadi was new to us, but it was unbelievably delicious, creamy, rich, and one of the dishes that really stood out. This is the chicken masala. This dish came in a beautiful silver serving bowl with a thick red tomato sauce that looked rich, smooth, and creamy from the first moment. The color was deep and warm, and you could see small touches of cream and fresh herbs on top, which made the dish look even more inviting. As soon as it reached the table, the aroma was strong. You could smell the tomato sauce, the butter, the spices, and that warm Indian flavor before even taking the first bite. The sauce was thick, silky, and full of flavor. It had a rich tomato base, a buttery taste, and a light nutty flavor that made it feel deeper and more satisfying. And the chicken pieces were extremely tender. They were covered completely with the sauce, and every bite was soft, creamy, and full of spices. It was spicy, but in a very delicious way. The flavor was not only hot, it was rich, creamy, and very comforting. With the naan bread, this dish became even better. The sauce was thick enough to stay on the bread, and each bite had that perfect mix of soft naan, tender chicken, and creamy red sauce. We enjoyed it so much that we had to order more naan bread. Overall, the chicken masala was rich, spicy, creamy, and delicious, with tender chicken and a thick sauce that made it one of the most enjoyable dishes on the table. This is Mutton Bhuna. It came in a thick red sauce that looked rich, creamy, and full of flavor from the first moment it reached the table. The dish was served hot, and because of the warmers under the serving bowl, it stayed hot throughout the meal. The sauce had a beautiful deep color, with small touches of herbs on top, and you could immediately smell the spices coming from it. The aroma was strong and very inviting. The sauce was thick and creamy, but it still had that deep Indian spice flavor. It was not just spicy, it had a rich taste from the cooked spices, the sauce, and the flavor of the meat. The meat pieces were boneless, which made the dish very easy to enjoy. And the meat pieces were extremely tender, soft, and full of flavor. Each piece was covered with the thick sauce, so every bite had that perfect mix of creamy texture, warm spice, and tender meat. With the naan bread, the dish became more flavorful. The bread picked up the sauce very well, and it made each bite feel richer and more satisfying. Overall, the Mutton Bhuna was a delicious meat dish with tender boneless meat and bold flavors that made it a very strong choice on the table. This is the fresh lemon and mint juice. For drinks, I ordered the fresh lemon and mint juice, and it was a perfect choice with the type of food we ordered. After all the rich sauces, strong spices, grilled chicken, biryani, and creamy dishes, we needed something cold and refreshing. The drink had a bright green-yellow color, and it looked fresh from the moment it reached the table. The lemon flavor was sharp and clean, while the mint gave it a cool and refreshing taste. It was not too heavy, and it was not too sweet. It had a nice balance between sour, sweet, and fresh. Every sip helped to cool down the spices from the food and made the meal feel lighter. With Indian food, especially dishes that are spicy and full of strong flavors, this drink worked really well. Overall, the fresh lemon and mint juice was cold, refreshing, and delicious, and it was the perfect drink to enjoy with this rich Indian meal. The price of Anarkali seafood soup is 29 Saudi Riyal. The price of vegetable and cheese samosa is 14 Saudi Riyal. The price of Anarkali chalo chicken is 19 Saudi Riyal. The price of grilled chicken drumstick is 24 Saudi Riyal. The price of Anarkali Tandoori starter is 35 Saudi Riyal. The price of cucumber yogurt salad is 12 Saudi Riyal. The price of garlic naan is 2 Saudi Riyal. The price of chicken tawa is 48 Saudi Riyal. The price of chicken masala is 39 Saudi Riyal. The price of Mutton Bhuna is 54 Saudi Riyal. The price of fish Hyderabadi is 52 Saudi Riyal. The price of shrimp biryani is 58 Saudi Riyal. The price of lime juice with mint is 15 Saudi Riyal. The total plus the value added tax, which is 15%, is 461 Saudi Riyal. When it comes to the food, Anarkali Restaurant gave us one of the most enjoyable Indian dining experience. From the beginning, the complimentary papadam basket gave us a strong first impression. It was crispy, light, and served with sauces that prepared us for the flavors coming next. The Anarkali seafood soup was warm, spicy, and full of seafood flavor, with shrimp and fish pieces that were very soft. The appetizers were also very strong, especially the vegetable and cheese samosa, the grilled chicken drumsticks, and the Anarkali Tandoori starter. The main dishes continued at the same level. The chicken masala was rich, creamy, spicy, and full of that nutty tomato flavor. The Mutton Bhuna had very tender boneless meat in a thick creamy sauce, and the fish Hyderabadi was something new for us, but unbelievably delicious. The shrimp biryani was also one of the highlights, with colorful rice, tender shrimp, strong aroma, and sauces that balanced the spice very nicely. The shrimp biryani was also one of the highlights, with colorful rice, tender shrimp, strong aroma, and sauces that balanced the spices very nicely. Because of the flavors, tenderness, and consistency across the meal, I give the food a rating of 5 out of 5. For the service, the staff were kind, organized, and attentive. The warmers kept the food hot until the end, and small details like the foil on the drumsticks showed care. For that, I give the service 4.9 out of 5. As for the atmosphere, the place is simple, warm, and private, with private rooms, 2 floors, and a comfortable setting for families. For atmosphere, I give it 4.6 out of 5. Parking is free on the street in front of the restaurant, and there is also a wheelchair ramp at the entrance, which makes access easier. Overall, Anarkali is not a place defined by a grand exterior or luxury design. It's defined by kind service, authentic flavors, and food cooked with passion. For me, this is one of the best Indian restaurants I have tried. So this was my experience today at Anarkali Restaurant. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. And just remember, each bite tells a story. See you next one. Bye.